Hello friends! Right here I have set number 75257, the Rise of Skywalker Millennium Falcon, or just the Millennium Falcon. A very classic looking ship. And in this video I'm going to answer, is this set worth buying in 2022 when it's a 2019 set? It's for ages 9 and up. Pretty much anyone of all ages, I would say. It has 1,353 pieces. It retailed in 2019 for $150. It now retails with a price increase to $160. So I'm going to be taking the price increase into consideration as I discuss the value of this set. It has 7 minifigures. 6 of them are here. Chewie is still in the cockpit, but we'll be getting into those in just a second. It has a brand new design, all of that, so much more we're going to go into in this video. Before we go any further though, if you're new here and you like these kinds of videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the bell for notifications so you don't miss any videos that I post, and we are going to get into the close-up. Right, first up we have this little droid Dio. He's just a little mold basically with a stud on the bottom. He's got a good accurate print. Yeah, he's really well detailed and printed, and he has a little stud as well on the back of his head. A little droid. And we're gonna move on to the next minifigure. Here we have C-3PO. He's got really accurate printing, but he doesn't have the new one that came in the trash compactor. He has a dual molded leg. He's got this nice torso printing that's accurate to how he looks in Rise of Skywalker. He's got leg printing, hip printing, just slightly, and he's got this back printing as well. That looks really accurate. I mean, C-3PO has has changed him slightly over the years, but he looks pretty accurate to being C-3PO. Finally, alright, there we go. Alright, we got Polio. He's got a pretty accurate jumpsuit print. A nice looking face with the horns and really good detailing. There he's got the hip printing. Turn him around for a second. And he's got some back printing that looks pretty good. But doesn't look, you can't see because this just decided. Okay, there we go. See all the details in the back of his head, and he's got that torso back printing. Alright, and that's it for him. Here we got Finn. He's got the gunmetal gray blaster, some binoculars. I feel like he should have had more of the older style Star Wars looking ones. He's got the pistol holster printed on his legs. He's got the satchel, Indiana Jones satchel. I'm gonna de-accessorize him for a second. There we are. Now his torso, he's got the nice jacket, the shirt underneath. It looks pretty accurate. His hairpiece, I'm not quite sold on. It's a cool looking hairpiece, don't get me wrong. I'm just not sure if it quite fits Finn in this movie. He did have a little bit of a longer hairstyle. So I guess the Force Awakens hairstyle didn't quite work anymore. But I'm not sure if this was the best option. I'm going to turn around, go around to his back. Pretty minimal back printing. There, but still, I think he's a decent looking figure. Turn him around. And we're going to move on to the next one. The little droid, the Ride or Die droid. He hasn't really, at this point, he hasn't changed that much. He looks pretty much the same as he did in the Clone Wars sets, and whenever they did the chrome helmet, headpiece, helmet. But, you know, really good printing. He looks like R2-D2. He doesn't have the third leg, but he's got the good droid body, legs and no back printing. But he looks pretty good. We have this Chewbacca, the studded bowcaster, which is, I think it's a good version. I think there's also better versions that can be done. And, he's pretty basic, He has the different colorations for his fur and the bandolier. And he's got the printed legs. And we also have my camera that doesn't focus. He's got those printed legs, and his fur goes all printing. Nice glossy finish. And they don't do any different color, just brown on the back. But there's really, after this change, like, this Chewbacca looks pretty good. I do think that his bowcaster could change. I think that a non-stud shooter version that looks accurate and isn't just a crossbow would be acceptable. Lando. I like this version of Lando. And I'm gonna go over his weapons. He's got his staff and his crossbow looking thing with a silver blast. There we go. And he doesn't have any leg printing, but he has, minimal torso printing. He looks really good. He's got his sash going on there. He looks like Lando. And I'm gonna get nice and close on this face here, because there's some really nice details. But you got the, graying hairline kind of going on there. Except they didn't do it for the hairpiece. I think the hairpiece is a good hairpiece. I think it should have been dual molded though. He's got the dual sided cape. That is 2 pieces. Got minimal back printing. And that's going to do it for the figures. Let's get into the ship. We're going to get right into the ship here. Zoom in slightly. I got this cockpit here, and you can put a couple minifigures in there. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put Chewie on the right side. And then put Lando on the left as the pilot, and Chewie as the co-pilot, as is usually the case. I guess we're kicking Chewie out. And let's go back. Yeah, that's the thing with these play-scale Millennium Falcons, is you have to have the arms in just the right place. Otherwise, it doesn't work. And then things like this, where it just falls apart. You have the control right there, and put the cockpit back on. Hope that it fits. Alright, it fits. Now we're going to come across here, turn the ship, and move out. And if you come in, the top, you press down on this, and then it doesn't drop very far, nor can you have your figures, if you want to play with it, run up. You take Finn. A typical scene would be, stormtroopers chasing, and you got Finn, and I know I have to bend a little bit, but even if you bend, it's just so short, you really can't do that. So I feel like the landing gears, this has been the issue with the past few Millennium Falcons for me. The landing gears are just too short, and it wouldn't take much but a longer piece to make them just a little bit better. I also think that they should add those details on the ramp to get up. You see in them on the Millennium Falcon. I think it's a classic piece that is being missed out on. But at this point, I digress. Before we get into the interior, we're gonna open this thing up. Actually, we'll go above. Yeah, we'll go above. So, try to let it focus. Now we have this piece right here. We can put two. You can put two people on to man the guns, which we are going to do. But I don't have two people that can fit. You can't put polio on there. However, you can put Finn. Even you can put Finn with all his accessories attached, actually. Binoculars and such. He's gonna go sliding back or drop him in. I don't want to give you a view. Inside there. You can tell. But he's in there holding his weapons, whatnot, and he can still fit. I'll close that. I know I said I was going to get inside here in a second, but I gotta go over these guns before I forget. You have the quad guns on top and bottom. It's both designed exactly the same, but I'll show you the bottom anyway. These are really fragile. They fall off all the time. Lego hasn't found a good play scale version that doesn't fall off. So if you want to come out, have some TIE fighters come out, the Millennium Falcon, you're going to spin around, but if you're flying this, these might just fall off. Or if you bump it just right, they're going to fall off. So it's just a little thing. And you got this shield, which looks really good. I kind of wish that there was a snap method used. They put one of those those round plates that would in that gray color and blend that out. I might do that as a mod. We're turning this ship around, and you got like this is the one sticker. Like I usually hate stickers, but I love this sticker. If it will focus right there, like it's beautiful. It's showing the carbon scoring that you don't get on any other Millennium Falcon. This does have a lot of stickers, but that's been the way of most Millennium Falcons. But now it's time to get on the interior here. So this opens differently. So you have this front panel here, and that's a quad paneling. Well, it's really 5, but these what I call quad paneling, where it opens up and it hides most of the gapping that has been an issue of previous Millennium Falcons from like 2004 to 2015. They used that same model version for like 10 years. Here we have the captain's chair, which you can put any figure in. We're going to put C-3PO. No clue why, but I just chose C-3PO. There, and you got a control panel that's a sticker behind him, and then you've got these crates that you can put some weapons or whatnot in. I'm just gonna fall out. And I'll put R2-D2 here. And you got Sabak? No, that's I can't remember. Someone can write it down in the comments. I can't remember the name of this digital chess at the moment. But you have these seats. And here's where the issue is. Actually, here's one of my issues with this ship. Is when they did this new style, they made it so if you sit a figure in here, can't close. And so you can't sit someone in the chairs and have them have the flaps close. And we'll keep on going along. You got the medical bays. I want to pull that we injured here. Help! Okay. You got an injured bolio on the medical base. We'll turn this around, and then you've got the cargo hold, which also doubles in this. Could be in a skateboard. You just pull these pins and it can drop out. This only has one clip. I'm not sure how well you can see. Of course, this is blurring right now, but it has a little wrench right there. That's the only clip, so you can't clip weapons like you could in previous generations of Millennium Falcons. We got Leia's kitchen, because this is taken right from the cross section for the 2015, or from the Force Awakens cross section, as they redesign this. And you got your hyperdrive, if this will focus. There we go. And I love how they changed up the engine. So it's not just a wire piece that is really difficult to get on. It has wires, but it is now, you know, these trans blue 1x2s that go across right there. And one thing with this is it does like to fall apart. So the clips let go, is it's not the most stable for these. The paneling does come out and pop off frequently, but pretty easy to stick back on. But the clips can break. We'll lift it up, because as promised, if I lift it too high, is the other set of quad guns. Like that. It's just held in by a hinge. These ones don't seem to fall off as frequently as the top ones, for whatever reason. But, I mean, it still has gapping issues, but it's a lot better than it used to be. It made some big improvements. I'd love to see them do another play scale original trilogy one and fix some of the major issues here. That shield is great. Put this carbon scoring piece on again. Like, oh, I didn't even go over the spring-loaded shooters. It has spring-loaded shooters that are pretty well hidden. There we go. And you just press in there and it fires. And you got the, you can have Chewie work up here like he did in Empire Strikes Back. Work on the Falcon and get it up and running again. Or whatever. All in all, this set, I'd say, it's still worth the $160 that it is today. It has some design flaws, it has some things that need some attention and fixing, but all things considered, it's still a pretty good set. It has some fragile points. You know, what I'd like to see, I'd like to see the interior a little deeper, so you can sit your minifigures, because that should be able to happen, and you should be able to, you know, swoosh it across as well. As well, speaking of swooshing, your stable points are going to be right here. You grab here, it's going to break. So your stable points are going to be here, 2 hands, or if your hand is big enough, a single hand. And that is going to be it for that review. I will be doing comparison to the 2015 Force Awakens Millennium Falcon, as well as reviewing the Force Awakens Millennium Falcon. And that is going to do it for this video.